So I've been trying to find unique and fun builds that are also viable, and with the introduction of the exotic class items, there are a lot of possibilities for fun and potent builds. Today, we're going to be looking at the combination of Spirit of Caliban and Spirit of Verity. Spirit of Caliban causes ignitions on powered melee final blows, and this has seen a lot of popularity in combination with Spirit of the Lyre. It's probably one of the most popular builds right now, if not the most. But today, I want to switch things up a little bit. We're going to use Spirit of Caliban in combination with the Grapple Grenade. And if you're unfamiliar, the melee part of the grapple counts as a powered melee. To make our grapple even stronger, we will be using Spirit of Verity. Kills with weapons matching your grenade element grant a stack of death throws for 11 seconds, at a maximum of 5 stacks. Death throws gives a 20% grenade damage increase per stack. At stack 5, that is a 100% damage increase. As you can see here, our total base grapple damage is 41,689. And with death throws times 5, that number jumps up to 83,378, which is double our base number. Now to get even more use out of Spirit of Verity, we will be using Gunpowder Gamble. Since it's considered a grenade, it will also be receiving that 20% damage boost per stack of death throws. Our base damage with Gunpowder Gamble is 54,282, and with death throws times 5, that number jumps up to 108,563. Something important to note, since we're using the grapple, we will be using a strand weapon to give us those stacks of death throws. We won't need to use a solo weapon to feed our Gunpowder Gamble, so we are feeding both of our grenades by getting kills with our strand weapon. And the weapon that I chose to use in this build is my personal favorite strand weapon, and I'm sure a lot of other people's favorite strand weapon, the Rocket Sidearm, the Call. And the role I found that best works in this build is Demolitionist and Desperate Measures. Demolitionist to give us our grenade back quicker, as well as automatic reloads when we use our grapple or Gunpowder Gamble. And then Desperate Measures to give us a 10% damage increase from weapon kills, and then a 20% increase from grenade or melee kills, and scoring another grenade or melee kill will increase that up to 30%. And then each stack of that lasts 7 seconds and refreshes on weapon, grenade, or melee kill. Now there's 2 fragments that harmonize with what we've talked about so far, and those are Facet of Bravery and Facet of Balance. What Facet of Bravery does is it gives our strand weapons unraveling rounds from melee final blows. In this case, that would be our grapple and our threaded spike. And then our void weapons will get volatile rounds from grenade final blows. In this case, our grapple and Gunpowder Gamble. So we will have both unraveling rounds and volatile rounds on each grapple kill. You can pair this with whatever void weapon that you like. And the second fragment that really brings this build together is Facet of Balance. Facet of Balance grants melee energy with rapid light final blows, and then grenade energy with rapid darkness final blows. Our grapple and melee final blows will help us to give our grapple back, and then our Gunpowder Gamble will help to give our melee back. This just helps to keep our abilities up more often. And the next fragment we'll be using is Facet of Blessing. Melee final blows start health regeneration, and while transcendent, health regeneration for you and nearby allies. These melee kills include your base melee, your threaded spike, and your grapple. These are multiple ways to help with survivability. And I tried using Facet of Mending, which cures you on grenade final blows, but didn't work with Gunpowder Gamble, so I decided Facet of Blessing worked best. Next, we have Facet of Purpose. Picking up an Orb of Power grants either Amplified, Restoration, Frost Armor, Woven Mail, or Overshield based on the damage type of your equipped super. I was using Silence and Squall, so I was getting Frost Armor, but you can use whatever super you'd like. And finally, the last fragment, the staple of most of my builds, the apple of my eye, Facet of Protection. This gives you a 15% damage resistance while surrounded, and then when you're transcendent, that number jumps up to 32%. And we'll be surrounded most of the time since we'll be using our grapple, and in general, you're surrounded, so this is just a very free form of damage resistance. And for our other aspect, to pair with Gunpowder Gamble, I chose to use Stylish Executioner. And this will make us invisible on our grapple, Threaded Spike, and Gunpowder Gamble kills. And now to spice the build up even more, artifact mods. And we'll be using Shield Crush, which gives increased melee damage and faster recharge while we have Woven Mail, Frost Armor, or a Void Overshield, and then increased grenade damage and recharge rate while Amplified or Radiant. And we'll be getting Radiant from another artifact mod, Radiant Orbs. And this is just a way to keep abilities up more frequently, as well as increasing our damage output. We'll also be using Transference to give us increased melee and grenade damage while Transcendent, and give us more light and dark energy from weapon final blows while Transcendent. And to bring even more explosions into the build, we'll be using Threaded Blast. Destroying a tangle with a strand weapon creates a larger and more damaging explosion. We'll be creating lots of tangles with our Unraveling Rounds and our grapple. And that brings us to armor mods. On our helmet, we're going to be using Strand Siphon and Special Ammo Finder for the call. If you're using a different weapon or a primary strand weapon, you can use Heavy Ammo Finder or whatever mod you'd like. For our gauntlets, we're using Grenade Kickstart, and this will just help with the uptime on our grapple. If you didn't know, Gunpowder Gamble works with Grenade Kickstart. And then we'll also be using Firepower for orbs on final blows with our grapple and Gunpowder Gamble. And then Impact Induction for grenade energy on powered melee attacks. And for the chest piece, just use whatever damage resistance mods you'd like. On our boots, we're using Recuperation for help on orb pickup, and then 2 stacks of Enervation for grenade energy on orb pickup. And to help with orb pickup, we're using Powerful Attraction on our cloak to pick up orbs near us when we dodge, and then Bomber to reduce our grenade cooldown when we dodge. And then the third mod on the cloak is interchangeable. I like using Special Finisher just for more ammo for the call, or you can use Reaper. After we dodge, our next weapon final blow will generate an orb of power. And that covers everything for the build. For the gameplay loop, I like to start off with getting 5 stacks of death throws with your strand weapon, and then using your grapple on a bigger group of enemies or on a beefier target. Then you can use either your melee or Gunpowder Gamble, dodge to get your melee back, collect the orbs you generated, and then you should have your grapple up again. And then it's just a matter of rinse and repeat. If you have Spirit of Verity and Spirit of Caliban, I highly recommend giving this build a try. It's a ton of fun, and who doesn't love seeing things explode? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.